Editing this video about my plumbing, I didn't know how I was going to mount my water tank. I wanted it to be secure. If I get in a wreck, I want it to be so strong. This is where I'm going to put it, in the doorway a little bit. I had this picture in my head of like a metal cage. Then I found the installation instructions for water tanks on the Ronco Plastics website. Ronco Plastics in Tustin, California is a great place to get your water tanks. Their tanks are thicker. It says here it has to be surrounded by plywood. I was thinking about this for months. Right before I was about to build something, I found these instructions on the website and thought, how did I not already know this? All I had to do is figure out how to secure the plywood box to the van. And I am so confident that this tank isn't going anywhere.
It'll be easier to support it if I build a plywood box around it. I don't have the problem of metal dig into the plastic somewhere.
The hardware that holds the whole box down to the floor. The tank would be on the screw. I'm gonna shim 1/2-inch plywood underneath the box so that this can sit flat. Time to cut wood. Perfect.
I thought it was coming to the top. This is a small piece. Big
Oh yeah. Why isn't it going over?
It looks like, yeah.
Whoa! You got your hands so close to the blade. Air conditioning. It gets caught like that and it starts to trip. I want my pocket screws to go like this, so they're extra strong. This is all going to be glued. Here's my measurer. Clamp it. Clamp flat up against. I'll whip through this thing real fast. Cleaned up some of the sawdust with this nice cordless DeWalt vacuum. Right when I turned off the camera, a bird flew in the garage, looked at me, freaked out, and took off.
Right.
Building out a van under warranty, does it void the warranty?
Parrots like corn.
Bye, Lenny.
Bye-bye. I know. Bye. Bye, David.
See ya. I've had these shoes for like 10 years. ASICs. Box is looking very good, but there is a problem. This box is 48 inches. Water tank. Plywood is 48 inches. Do less cuts and waste less wood. But now it doesn't fit in the box. The solution, take this router that my dad just got, route out a 16th. I'm gonna have to find a way. I got a dull router bit. So smoky in here that I had to open the garage door. Eyes burned. Both of these router bits are burnt. Smoke's getting everywhere. I'm crying. Chipped away a lot. Multi-tool. Another day. Some dye. Supposed to be pink. This stuff really is dye. It won't come off my finger. A little experiment.
That's why I'm saying I
You
have
said
to
it's a
cook
roast. You said it was a roasted chicken.
I have to roast the chicken.
Oh, I see.
I asked him, Dad, and I asked him at 4:50, 4:11 actually.
Yeah.
The support bracket for the middle. Let's see if this is square. Yep.
Like it.
Now I can paint that too. Thank you. I did not account for the extra 1.5 inches that this is going to stick out. On the ProMaster, edge of the door, one flat spot right there where I marked it with plus nuts. Mount this to the side, because this is a very strong part. Keep this box
from coming out. This is not gonna be the final size for the hole. I know I marked it in the right spot, but I'm just gonna make sure. Start with a small hole. I'm in the wrong location. I can fix it without doing too much damage. Plate, and I'm gonna use as a washer. It's a lot of extra strength. Oh, there it is. Dead center. Isn't that crazy that there's always gardeners here? I kept the factory holes that are mounted down into the frame. Ball bearings my dad just gave me. Screw them all the way down in. Stand in the box. These ball bearings will put indentions where I need to put my holes. How I can be extra precise. Put the stuff into place. Then you find where the holes are. Tape on the floor to mark where the box goes. Know I'm in the right spot before I put the pressure. Biggest hammer my dad's got. One of the ball bearings fell. There's this top of the screw mark, which is good. That works. And here's the ball bearing mark. Router bits are dull. Smoke. Oh. Can't even keep my eyes open. Why didn't I just go buy a new bit? It's in there. It won't even come out. Angles, which I painted black. Front, because when you hit the brakes, that's going to be the most common place where there's pressure. Water is going to push. Awesome. It all started with me wanting it to be really open in here. Wide open space. Things over here are really compact, not taking up a lot of space. I thought of a way to do that here with the plumbing. Right here is perfect for this pump. Just like this. It'll be really easy to, well, first of all, see that it's leaking. It'll be easy to fix. I'm gonna make pads. Like so. Half-inch clearance on the top of the tank.
See how it looks. Do you have an idea where you want to cut it there?
It barely clears the muffler. This muffler needs to move forward because that part will go, the back will go up higher. I'm thinking about finding a muffler shop because they're expert welders and fabricate something to hold the tank in place. The last thing you want is to lose your tank. There's a lot of bad things that could happen. Ronco Plastics. Get the fittings installed in the water tanks. Orange County, Tustin. Smoke coming off of it. Just like that. Dude. Be careful? Yeah, sorry. Oh.
Can't get into your camera or anything.
So you like hold it on there for a minute after you do it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because,
especially since it's, you see how it's so flush around the side like that?
Yeah.
Definitely want to make sure that it's not gonna move on you when you...
Cobwebs from the plastic?
Yeah, so that's what'll come off from the side.
Okay. Dude, Nick was awesome. Answered all my questions. I will never go to another place for any kind of plastic. The mecca of plastics. A thicker quality. There's places that use way thinner. They build them thinner. This is one of the supports on the tank box. This thing's kind of in the way of it. Wheels of steel, tell me how you feel.
A food processor. Full processed food.
What are you gonna make?
Salsa.
Antique white oil-based wood stain. Everything looks good. Routed nicely, rounded off. I'm gonna have a garden hose spigot. Everything closed up on the van, and I could use the water in the van to wash the van or another car. Maybe I'll be an auto detailer again. That was my first ever business. This thing is scary. It's gonna take me out. We have a tube coming in. So much better having this blanket here. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. Get this thing where I want it. people do all their insulation at once. I'm doing a little bit of this here, a little bit of this there. Wires that I have to run. Power system, doing things as I go instead of taking off parts, putting them back, taking off the same parts again, putting them back. I have back pain issues. I'm really not trying to push it. So here we are. Love this inspection plate. Ronco Plastics, you guys are the bomb. Any kind of water tanks, the main support to hold my water box. Steel angles to support. Fabricated a little bar right here. Using this plate as a big washer for these bolts. I did my best. I wanted to get it to kind of match with. Thank goodness I have a do-it-yourself hardware a block away. And this was on sale. Drill the hole, put the bolt in, drill the next holes. Did it go through it? Perfect. The drill bit didn't go all the way through. I moved the plate, the steel plate out of the way. You can see it, it's right there where I wanted it. Oh, it's still falling on my face. It's not flat on this side, right on this side. But this one right here is in the perfect spot. This other one over here is gonna be also in an excellent place. Drilling out this hole. Where's the, ow! Oh, hit my head on that corner. Oh, don't be a wuss. Big grabs, man. Spray some of that undercoating and mount this thing in. There's not a whole lot of places right here to mount this. This is the only spot I could find. 1/2-inch bolts with 1/2-inch nuts and washers. These are going on the bottom. Smaller bolts going into factory threaded holes. I was looking at these at Lowe's, 0G hose. They take up way less space than a normal hose. Any one of these 0G hose, it looks like they're drinking water safe. You don't want to have your wires too short. Put way extra. That was so dumb. Using crimpers and these little crimp things, they're strong. I cannot pull that out of there. Crimp it as hard as you can. Run the wires over to the back of this, and I guess this is going to be the water pump. Positive wire, label the other side that that's the water pump. The DC ground bus bar. That's tight. Took out my 10-foot wall electrical panel. Goes right there. It's a different color because it got left outside for a while. Matches now. The wood patch that I've been using, I really do like this stuff. I'm using these just in case I want to get the tank out. Handles to pull the tank out. Inspection plate. The straw. It's a piece of PEX tubing. That's the low point of the tank. Fittings are at the top of the tank. In order for this tank to leak, it's gonna have to get a crack in it or break. PEX tube, it's very snug when you put it through a 1/2-inch threaded pipe, which is, this fitting is for a 1/2-inch threaded pipe. Force the PEX tube through it, and this is sealed. No need for glue, silicone, or anything. This is tight as can be. I'll flick it. It's because I keep touching up and doing new coats. Black stain. Well, I should put some soap. It's too big. That's not going up in anywhere in there. I'm so psyched. The location for the water heater, maybe. I got this fitting. Cold water to go to the shower. A shower that I can pull out when I need it. I got a scar on my back. Or is it on this side? I don't know. Went up right here onto this corner, which was really sharp. I routed all the edges right here. I feel like you guys like to see these details, or at least some of you do. My ideas of how I'm gonna do the plumbing keeps changing. Keep buying more and more fittings that in the end I may not even be using. I don't wanna transfer the vibrations from the pump to the water tank. I'm trying to keep it silent. I wanna use flexible tubing. This worked out with the straw going down and how the PEX tube fits right into the MPT. I went with PEX B. The tool for PEX A is $300. Tool for PEX B, $45.
Hey, you.
What up? PEX B fittings.
These are the best. Oh, your film?
Those are the crimpers for my PEX fittings. Why crimp it?
Are you videoing your whole shit?
PEX fittings on. Surprised how much I was able to bend the PEX. Hooked up to the valve. Only thing that I could find that would go from 3/8 threaded to PEX. PEX, A or B, you can get these like different size manifolds. This attaches to the pump where the water comes out. 4 cold water, hot water heater. The shower, the sink, one for the outside, a garden hose spigot. The hot water goes to a T, the sink, this end, the shower. Saturday night, guys. Loads of fun. It is always cool to open up a new tool thing to do on a Saturday night. This lever right here releases it. Thing's good to go out of the box. My OG Crimpsta. Release. I could use a good release. Falls in love. She's gonna think that it's like the biggest, even if it's not, because she's like in love. Nobody thinks straight when they're in love. Opening. Put your finger in there. See how there's like a little thing? What do you call that thing? Put this on there. This is called a one-handed crimp tool. I think it would be better the other way. Squeeze. Just keep pumping. I thought this was gonna be easier. There it is. Accumulator tank. This is a steel pump. Doesn't really have to turn on very often if I'm just using the sink. The input is right there going into the pump. The output comes off the accumulator tank. It's pretty cool to have stuff to do inside. Windy and cold, but I'm in here. Cold water going up to the sink. That's gonna go right here. This actually will work here. It would be cool if this was black.
How's it working out? I like the way you did this loop here.
I got this shower right here. You ever watch poker? If you celebrate early, you end up losing the hand. I don't like to get too excited until I know everything's good. It's 40 bucks at do-it-yourself hardware. Cold water in, and then the hot water out. There's a T to the shower. Back there, there's another valve for the hot water that goes to the sink. Air's coming out of the sink. Not right. The strainer's loose. There we go. There we go. It's not draining. Oh my gosh, there's water leaking. I didn't put a fitting on this. So annoyed that I got water leaking all into places where I can't even get to. This pipe, a plastic version of a pipe like this, and even higher. I have this cap to screw on the top. I need to put just a little pinhole so that my tank doesn't vacuum itself together, so that it can get air. As the water comes out, the tank needs air. Hopefully that'll be enough. That's some good flow. Can't even hear the pump. Hey.
$2.95? Thank you.
They've seen some of my stand-up. They like me a lot.